All right, so this is warm-up for Depot B 140. Mr. Rush for the plaintiff, Mr. Schaefer for defense. To identify, I am Mr. Rush for the plaintiff.
I am the witness.
I am the attorney for defense, Mr. Schaefer.
Just start at the top.
And it's Mr. Schaefer for the record. Are there any activities which you used to be able to engage in that now you can't engage in because of your feet?
Yes.
What are those?
Jogging, bicycle riding, racquetball, mountain climbing.
Let's start with jogging. How often did you used to jog?
1 to 3 times a week,
How far did you run?
3 to 5 miles.
And at what point did you stop doing that?
January and February of 92.
And what about riding a bike? How often would you do that?
An occasional activity
At what point did you stop?
around the same time.
How about racquetball?
Once a week, hour and a half.
And when did you stop that?
November 91.
And how about mountain climbing?
That's an occasional activity.
Have you done that since January or February of 92?
No, I was walking daily. Dr. Nielsen wants me to get out and walk more, and I have difficulty doing it for more than 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay. Now, you say you used to walk daily.
Yes,
At what point did you stop walking daily?
January, February 92.
Did you continue to try?
Yes,
In January to February of 92, what was going on with your feet that prevented you from doing these activities?
pain in my toes, ingrown toenails, things like that. Toes were turned, started turning completely around, and I was walking on top of the toenail. That's why they were ingrown.
At this point in 1992, do you recall having discoloration in your legs?
Yes,
When was that?
early part of 92, late part of 91, really dramatic discoloration.
Was this part of the vascular insufficiency you were having at that point?
Yes, I assume so.
After that period of time, do you recall having discoloration in your feet, in your lower extremities?
Yes,
Do you recall having those kind of discolorations when you went to see Dr. Nielsen?
yes,
Are you still having the discoloration problems?
it's cleared up a little.
Have you had any angiograms into your lower extremities to check the patency of your vascular system?
No,
Anybody recommend that?
no.
I just want to show you a letter from Dr. Alcala and see if you can identify this as the letter that you provided to Thrifties.
Looks like a copy of the letter.
Has Dr. Nielsen or Dr. Beams given you any indication as to when you would be ready from a medical standpoint to return to work?
Several months ago, he indicated, both of them indicated June or July based upon successful completion of the surgery on my feet. I believe that's been extended since I haven't had the surgery on the left foot. Dr. Nielsen's also concerned that I have residual pain in the right foot.
Have there been any discussions as to what type of employment you'll be able to return to?
No, nothing recent. Dr. Beams has stated that I need to get something to get off my feet. Dr. Nielsen has stated that he can't make any recommendations at this point because of the instability of what's going on with the payment.
Now, when we last had a deposition, you described some of the aspects of being a pharmacist that don't deal with, say, behind a counter, i.e. formulating IV solutions, things such as that. Based upon what you know about the pharmacy profession and your knowledge of your feet, are there any areas within the pharmacy profession that you would like to go into once you get through your next surgery?
I'd like to be able to return to the work I was doing. I'd like being able to assume the position that I was working in at the store that I was in.
I understand that. But since the store has been closed, I'm not sure,
Minor technicality.
You asked.
based upon your knowledge of the pharmacy profession, Are there any areas that you feel you could go into without precautions of your feet and the discomfort in your feet, things such as that?
Well, any area that I go into will have some amount of standing and sitting. And I'd like to be the head of the FDA, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know the way the appointments have been going.
On the record, in caps, put ditto for me. Of course, if you're not published, you're probably not in trouble.
We'll publish you.
I like sitting in a chair making IV solutions. I wouldn't mind being professor of pharmacology if I had the education to go with it or the job.
Mr. Stevens, I don't think I have any further questions. Thank you for your time. And I'm sorry this has caused an exacerbation of your foot problem.
Yes.